Good evening and welcome to the Amadeitist Spiritual Service. Our guest medium this evening is Melinda Bassett from Norwich in Norfolk. Good evening and welcome, Melinda. Lovely to have you here.
Good evening, everyone.
The outline of our service this evening is as follows. We'll have an opening prayer, followed by an address, followed by some music, then a moment's silence for distant healing, followed by some music. Then we'll have a demonstration of mediumship given by Melinda. This will be followed by our notifications and closing prayer. And as usual, the chat will stay open for anyone who wishes to stay. Let me just mute everybody. I forgot to do that. So you'll need to unmute yourself, Melinda, and I'll hand back to you for the opening prayer.
Thank you very much, Kevin. So if you'd just like to, let's just close our eyes and lift our hearts and minds as we join together in prayer this evening. Father God, Great Spirit, we've come together this evening via that technology of Zoom and the internet to celebrate in that we know to be true, the truths of the Spirit, the wisdom and love, but for that internal life, which through the messages that will be given later, we know there is that continuous bond of love, which can never be severed. We do know that when you draw close to us, dear Father, that the love that you share is unconditionally, and not just for each of us here tonight, but for our families, friends, for those within the towns and cities, reaching far to many countries, for every man, woman, and child, your love is unconditionally. And we know that you bring wisdom, words of philosophy, that sometimes people are aware of and sometimes they're not. But we know that if you listen to the words, you are always with us and no one is ever alone. We thank you for the wonderful world of nature, for the birds and the trees, the plants, the animals, the fish within our sea. And let us all join together and try and stop the cruelty and neglect of your wonderful creations. To all our world leaders, we send thoughts of positivity that they can find the solution and answers to the many world problems without taking another man's life. And they can agree and find that love and peace and harmony within themselves to share worldwide. For our children everywhere, let us give them hope and help and show them how they can make the future brighter. God has given each of us free will and choice to change what perhaps we later learn to be wrong. The world that we all live in is changing very fast, and let our world be at one. And finally, I leave the service in your safekeeping, and we know that the truth, the light, and the love, and the wisdom of the Spirit will be brought forward. And I hope that the words and the love from the loved ones who have come to talk to those this evening will bring messages of hope, of inspiration, of love, but will bring that knowledge that they are still very much alive, albeit in a different form. So I leave this service in your safekeeping. God bless. Amen.
Amen. In your own time, Melinda, I'll hand back to you for the address.
Thank you. Looking around everybody on the screen, now we all very different. We've got different homes. We all come from different parts of this country, which is wonderful that we join together with that one thing in common. But that one thing in common that everybody has. And I just ask you to ask yourselves, who am I? Who am I? Do we really know who we are? We are a mum, a dad, a brother, a sister, Perhaps we're a nanny and granddad. We're a friend, a companion. We're many things to many different people. We're a carer, a teacher, a doctor, a nurse. But I ask you again, who am I? Who is the I that we ask ourselves? Have you found the I in who you are? Or are you still searching for answers? We're feelings, we're happiness, we're sadness, we're joy, excitement, worry, anxiety, pain, even hatred, dare I hasten to say. The excitement that we feel. We're many things, we feel many emotions. And do we realize the effect that the I in I am have on other people? We could all put our hand up if I was to ask a question saying, have you ever hurt somebody? Have you ever said words that perhaps have caused someone else to feel sadness, to feel hurt, to feel loss? And we can all put our hands up to the question, how much love do you give to others? We can all put our hands up to say, have you worried? Do you suffer from anxiety? Do you try to help other people? All of these things are all part of just being human, of everyday life. All motions and experience that we will have to encounter during our daily life, our daily chores of interacting with one another, with our work, our family and friends. But do you really feel that power within you? That power of who I am? That power of all creation? That power of intelligence? A power that has much greater knowledge than we can even imagine, and a power that cannot be destroyed. It's quite something, isn't it, to understand that there is something much greater than us. And to what name do we give this power? How do you feel it? How do you sense it? How do you see it? Or do you just trust and believe? Or do you know that this power is within each of us? This power is within the beauty of the world of nature. It was within each tiny leaf on a tree. It is in the trunk of the massive oak tree. It is the power of the sea that keeps those waves rolling in on the beach and has done for millions and millions of years. We know that sea can change, that sea can be influenced by the moon, by the weather, by the season. It can be calm and tranquility and very peaceful. And you all have memories of trips by the seaside, perhaps growing up as a child. But you also know that that sea can change as the wind blows and the waves start to grow. They can be very big, very powerful. They can become destructive, almost like the sea has become angry. But each wave is perfect, perfectly formed, perfect as it's meant to be. Whether it's a ripple on a calm sea or a raging storm, the waves will turn and just blend and trickle onto the beach at your feet if you're walking along the beach. But it's the outside influences that create this within the sea. When we're born into this world, it is our parents, family, friends, school teachers It is the words and beliefs of other people that influence us. It's just the experiences we feel, whether we feel love and support, or perhaps there has been neglect and loneliness as a child growing up. Perhaps you were born into a certain religion that you were told to think one way and not the other. But there comes a point in your life, whether it be when you're 20, when you're 40, when you're 60, when you're 80, it doesn't matter. There comes a point in your life when you question, who am I? You question other people's beliefs because something doesn't feel right. And quite often, what starts this journey of self-discovery, this journey of feeling that power that we call God within us, that we are all a part of, is when something happens that awakens that soul within you, that starts to question, perhaps a passing, perhaps you have lost someone very close to you, and you feel the essence of them with you, or you catch a glimpse of them. You just feel that they are still with you, and you question, how is this possible? And so you start your own spiritual journey, which takes you to many highs and many lows. It could be an illness that you've overcome and you've questioned, why me? Why not me sometimes? We all experience emotional problems, physical problems, the highs and lows. Life is like a roller coaster. It's exciting, but it's within the darkness. It's within those problems that we have to face, especially like we're just coming out of this pandemic with COVID. A lot of people have questioned, is there really a God? Why is this happening? There's been so much grief, so much loneliness. But it's how we deal with things, isn't it? It's how we see a problem. We know that we cannot die. We know that we continue to live within the spirit world, and your loved ones will tell you so when they choose to return to bring messages, or you feel the essence of them with you and it stirs. So do you really live those spiritual truths in your everyday life? Think of the many people who have turned to crimes, drugs, alcoholic, who have perhaps abused other people in some form or other. We're very quick to judge other people, but do we know the life that they have led? Do we know the thoughts, the beliefs that have been put upon those people? How much love have they been shown? Because if you haven't found love, haven't been given that love, it's very difficult to know what love is. So you first have to learn to love yourself, accept who you are. I always like to say the warts and all, we all have personalities that have certain traits perhaps other people find annoying. Perhaps we find annoying ourselves, but we know our faults. That's what makes us who it is. But we still share that love, that power within us, that power that is so strong, that can create the storm within and without, and can create the calmness and beauty of the sunset, of the rainbow. The sun will always rise and the sun will always set and life will always continue. But what you put into your everyday is up to you. You have choices. You can see something as a problem. You can see something as an obstacle to overcome, but it's just an experience and you know it will pass. There must be changes within our life because your own soul is encouraging you to go forward, to make those changes, to be that perfect person that you think you never can be. But in reality, we are all perfect just as we are now. We all have a purpose in life. And isn't that wonderful how we all work together? How we help one person, somebody else help us, even if they don't believe and have that wonderful knowledge of the philosophy, of the truths of the Spirit, that we cannot die, that life is eternal, that we are all brothers and sisters together, and that we can progress using the knowledge that we have within ourselves. If something doesn't feel right, we disregard it. But never underestimate that power of love, that power within you. You can be whoever you wish to be. You can make those changes. But your soul has to be ready to make those changes. It's not just your mind. We can want and we can want. But when you are ready, those people, those influences from outside will come into your life to help you move forward. See the beauty of the gifts of the Spirit around you. Listen to the birds singing. Even when it rains and it's windy, that rain is nourishing the ground for God's creations to grow, for food, for shelter for the animals. The wonderful world of nature never ceases to amaze me. And the trees that take the carbon dioxide from the air. We have everything we need outside of us and within us. I look every day for a little gift. I say a little gift from God or a little gift from heaven. Doesn't matter how you want to say it. Something that puts a smile on your face, something that has not cost any money, but something that you see that true beauty and you feel that power of your own God within that you see. Always be thankful for the gift of life that you have to express yourself, to help, to heal, and to love others in the way that you were born to be. So I ask you, who am I? Have you changed your ideas, perhaps in this short time I've been talking? I hope you all love yourself, your faults as well, and know that each of you are perfect just as you are. If you wish to change to make yourself a better person, if you can become a better person, then the opportunities are there to help others, to show others to free their minds. And when we pass to the spirit world, is it not the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings, and the many happy memories that they bring back? And sometimes they ask for forgiveness because they realize they didn't treat their loved ones how they should have been treated. And they are truly sorry for that. So let's not wait till we become a message in the spirit world. Let's be that wonderful, healing, loving, trusting, honest person and treat people how you would like to be treated. And ask yourself each morning, who am I? I leave those few thoughts with you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Melinda. That is a subject that's very close to my heart, as many of the people in this room will know. So thank you very much. We'll have our first piece of music. Beautiful. All right, now please join me in a moment's silence as we send out healing to all those who are in need of it this evening. If you know anybody who is in need of healing this evening, please hold them in your thoughts and prayers as I read out the healing prayer. Gracious Spirit of thy goodness, hear our anxious prayer. Take our loved ones who are suffering, neath thy tender care. The loving Father, hear us. Gracious Spirit, may thy presence shed a healing ray, turning all their night of darkness into glorious day. Loving Father, hear us. Gracious Spirit, shouldst thou claim them, be their light and guide. Lead them to the heavenly kingdom, safely by thy side. Loving Father, hear us. Hear us. Amen.
I was searching, I was looking for meaning. I was wondering, desperately trying only to see I have nothing missing. Who said I have to find who I am? Who said that I am lost to begin with? I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. Each morning when I wake up, I'm grateful for the beauty around me. Life is a gift, I wanna enjoy it. Always proving my worth only destroys it. I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. My motivation can't be validation. I'd always be starving for more affection, the wrong attention, only to feel like I am nothing. Who said I have to find who I am? Who said that I am lost to begin with? I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. Each morning when I wake up, I'm grateful for the beauty around me. Life is a gift, I wanna enjoy it. Always proving my worth only destroys it. I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. Oh yeah. I have nothing to find and everything to feel. Only I can define what is meaningful to me. Even when I am feeling so breakable, I tell myself to believe I am valuable. I am already enough. Everything I need is within me. Each morning when I wake up, I'm grateful for the beauty around me. Life is a gift, I wanna enjoy it. Always proving my worth only destroys it. I am already enough.
Lovely. Right. I'd ask you all to send out your love to Melinda as she attempts to link into our loved ones on our behalf. So over to you, Melinda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I really loved the songs that you've been playing this evening. I noticed someone else enjoyed them as well. Very special words. Okay, so I don't think many of you have seen me work before, apart from perhaps Bernadette, but I give some evidence. Sometimes I can find where I'm going. Sometimes I have to open it up to the whole room. There is 30 on here tonight, so I know there's a couple of pages. So if you can understand the evidence, can you perhaps raise your blue hand or the reaction, the yellow hand, so I can see who can understand that? And then unmute yourselves, please. Okay. So your loved ones have come to speak to you, not to me. Okay, so let's begin. And as I was listening to that lovely piece of music, I was very much aware of a lady with me, and I've got a lovely motherly feel with this lady, but I did feel that she was grandmother, who you would have known her, who was like a mum to you. This is the feeling that she was given to me. And I also know that this lady was a lady who loved her flowers in the garden. She loved the birds, and I know there would be memories of feeding the birds perhaps within her garden and putting the scraps out for the birds. Okay. Can I ask if anyone can understand some of this at the minute? I did feel it was grandmother with motherly feel.
Yeah, we have Di Dix is saying yes. Would you like to open your mic, Di?
Yes.
Hello. Yes, I can understand grandmother who would feel like a mother, and she absolutely loved flowers and all things gardening and birds.
You would have memories of her almost like saving the scraps to put out for the birds.
Yeah.
And I know the flowers in her garden was very colourful.
Yeah.
She loved almost like the cottage garden. It wasn't a neat and tidy garden at all. And I know that she was very knowledgeable about the flowers as well. That she knew the names and she enjoyed the garden herself. Okay.
Yes.
Would you understand with Nan that she had a heart of gold?
Yes.
I feel that she was very, very caring personality. I know she would help a lot of people, but she also had this side to her where you didn't mess with her. Does that make sense?
Oh, definitely.
So I know she ruled the roast, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the family was like her. She was like a mother hen clucking with her brood, and the children meant the world to her. You would understand this.
Yes.
And I know there'd be lots of memories of spending a lot of time with her. Would you have lived with her or lived near her at one time? Because this is the feeling that she's given to me. And there would be memories of rolling out the pastry.
Yes.
She would have taught you what she knew to pass on. You know, you would have made jam tarts. There would be memories and stirring the cakes, I believe. Because your Nan was a very good cook.
Yes.
And she cooked in large quantities, can I say?
Oh yes.
She expected the 5,000 to come to see her, and there was always food on the table. Nobody ever went hungry.
No.
She was this sort of lady, very particular about manners. Please and thank you was very high on her list, and she expected to be treated with respect by everybody. Would you understand? And I almost feel as the children grew a little bit older, there was more responsibility put on them.
Yes, I can understand that.
The way that they would be things that she would ask you to do.
Yes.
To help out. I do want to mention polishing the shoes, cleaning the shoes.
Oh, I can't remember
I
that.
remember that. You're not okay, because I just felt there was a memory of the shoes being cleaned and polished on
Mm.
a regular. And I know Sundays was a time when you would have had your Sunday best on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's making me feel, and the roast on the table would have been very traditional.
Mm.
She
Yes.
was a no nonsense cook.
No.
I feel that she's just making me aware that as a child you had a very vivid imagination.
Did I?
Would you
Actually, yes. In some aspects, I did.
would you
Yes.
understand that you would imagine, you almost had this imaginary, not a necessarily imaginary world, but as a child growing up, you could relate to the animals, you relate to I almost want to say like fairies and things.
Yes. Yeah.
You would understand this, and you must have looked for the fairies at the bottom of the garden.
Probably. I
Probably.
can't remember doing that, but probably.
Okay. I know grandmother was very practical. I know that she would have a go at anything. She'd roll her sleeves up and, you know, scrub in the washing. Her home was very much her castle,
Yes. Yeah.
but the door was always open.
Yes.
Door was always open to come in, and you'd have memories of the cups of tea when you grew as you got older.
Oh, yeah.
The kettle would be on the boil and the teapot would be out, and her cups of tea, cups and saucers, not mugs. I want to
Oh,
say.
that's right. Always cups.
All the time. And I do feel there was a special tea set that she would have had.
Yes, we always had a best china tea set.
Do you have some cutlery that would have belonged to her?
Not anymore, I don't think.
Not anymore, but perhaps you did at one time. Okay,
Mm.
that's fine. I know your grandmother comes with a lot of love, a lot of healing, and she's just saying sometimes you have to let things go. Would you understand
Yes.
that there's something that you're hanging on to that really it doesn't really matter? Just let it go and move forward. Would you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I know because your grandmother is making me very much aware that you are very much like her, that you have a very kind heart, that you open yourself to other people, but
Yes.
sometimes you forget to say that little word no.
Oh, yes, that's definitely true.
Okay, so I'm going to leave her love. There's memories of apple pies and apple tarts coming in.
Yeah.
That was her speciality, but she had to put the little leaves in paste on the top.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave that memory with her. Thank you very much for working with me.
Thank you. And she never made one. She usually made about 6 or 8, always.
In quantity, very much.
Yes. Yes. So thank you for those lovely memories. Thank you.
She's lovely. She's a lovely lady. Nice
Yeah.
one. Nice lady to start with.
Thank you.
Okay. I feel very much now that I have I feel I've got a father with me. I know I've got a gentleman with me, and I know he was a very practical man. He was very good with his hands, and I do feel that he would have worked with wood. I'm not saying he necessarily done it for a living, but he was very good at making things with wood and repairing things within the home when they would have gone wrong. I do feel the name Harry or George would be known to you as well, please. Does this make sense to anybody at the minute? Not at the minute. I feel that you would have, if you haven't got them, there would be tools, carpentry tools that would have belonged to this gentleman within the family, if it's not yourself who has these. Can anybody understand this at the moment, please?
I can understand it. It's Nikki.
Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
Hiya. Would you understand this with Dad?
Yes.
This would be Dad. And I felt that he was very handy with his hands, very clever with his hands. And I know that he repaired things when they would have gone wrong because he didn't like to throw things out. And I also know that working with wood, he had it's almost like he liked the feel of wood, can I say?
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
Would there have been anything he made for you when you were quite young with wood,
Yes.
like the wooden toys? I don't know if there would have been a train set, or wooden train, or something like that.
No, it wasn't a train set, but I do recognise he did make me something when I was younger. Yes.
He makes things. Would you have memories of a pram when you were growing up?
I would. Yes. Yeah.
Would this have been a wooden one?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
No.
okay. You'd have memories of the pram that he's
Yeah.
bringing to me. Um, I just bring this. Would you have memories? I know, dolls would go into your pram, but you must have put something else in the pram. Can I say either perhaps a cat, a rabbit, something like this?
I wouldn't, but I know where you're coming from with that one.
All right, as long as you know where he's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just coming back as a memory for you. But I know that your dad was a gentleman who very much put his family first. Would you understand? I know he was
Absolutely.
very kind, a very loving father to the family, and he was also a very hard-working gentleman. You would
He
understand.
was. Yeah.
I feel there would be memories of trips to the seaside.
Absolutely. Yes.
Would you have gone on the train?
We used to actually go on the train. Yes. Yes, but not
It-
all the time.
No, but it was like part of the outing, going on
Yeah.
the trains. And there must be a memory of when you were coming on the train to the seaside, of the beautiful red harvest sun. Like the harvest
Yeah.
moon, rather,
Yes.
in that. And I know there was memories of fish and chips as well, which he's bringing forward.
Yeah.
Fish and chips out of the paper, can I say?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you
Absolutely.
would you have ever gone to Scarborough or Yorkshire?
No, but we have not for a holiday, for day trips.
Because I just need to mention that so you would understand why he would mention
Yeah.
Scarborough.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. He makes me feel that you were quite an adventurous young girl growing up. Can I say?
Yeah.
I
little
feel
bit.
that I feel that you like to climb trees and perhaps play with the water. I don't know, if the river and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yes.
You'd understand this because
I would.
he just sort of laughed and he said, well, she wasn't a sort of a girly girl who would wear pink, is what
No.
the impression he's given with me.
Definitely not.
You were one of the boys, is what he's saying. You'd understand.
Yes.
You were one of the boys and you stood up for yourself.
Not all the time, but I tried to.
Okay. There must be a memory of a bicycle. I feel this would have been either a birthday or a Christmas present.
Yeah. Yes.
And there must have been times when your father had to repair it. He had to mend it.
Yeah.
Because the bike would be used. I know you were on it 24/7 if you could. It was your
Absolutely.
getting to A to B, getting up to Mischief, getting back. It was left out in all weathers, but that was your bike and that was so special to you growing up.
Yeah, it was. Yes. Yeah.
Very much aware. Okay. I know Dad was very loving and very kind, but there was a side to him that you didn't get to know. Would you understand he could be quite private at times about himself?
Yes, very much so.
If he wasn't feeling up to it, or if there was worries, you didn't know, because he always had that really lovely smile on his face, didn't he? And
He
he
did. Yes.
everything will sort itself, everything will be all right. And that was his motto for life. You would
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, understand that completely.
I almost feel like my life was taken quite short. I didn't get to live as long as I had hoped to. Would you understand why that would be?
Yeah, there is a saying that he used to say. Yes.
Okay, long as you understand
I
that.
do. Yeah.
Would you know of the name Rose? Rosemary.
Yes. Yes, I would. Yes.
I do feel that this lady has passed.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
it almost like he's met up with Rosemary. I don't know.
Okay.
called Rose for short, but perhaps you can find out, but you'd understand the name Rosemary. Okay.
Mhm.
Your father must have had collection of coins. He would collect the old coins, and I do feel they would be like some of the old type money, can I say, as well.
It's funny because was looking at them the other week actually. Yes, still got them.
Coins, even going back to like the old farthings.
Yes, we still got them. Yeah, yeah.
Silver preference. There must be a memory of Christmas time of having a silver threepenny bit in the Christmas pudding.
I wouldn't know that, but I'm sure he would have had that memory. Yeah,
It's coming in as a memory, but
yeah.
he didn't like to throw anything out, did he? And it was memories, and he would have kept them. I know Dad comes with a lot of love, and there's also a lot of support around you. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
He's just making me aware that you had a bit of a tough time recently.
I have, yes.
And it's almost like, the light is at the end of the tunnel, that you are over the worst, can I say?
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So I know that love is with you, but you speak to him anyhow, don't you?
I do, yes.
It's almost like you say, "No, night, Dad."
It's always with me.
It's with you. So I don't need to say no more. Thank you very much, Nikki.
Thank you, Belinda. That's lovely. Thank you.
Hey. There we go now. Okay, I feel that I have a gentleman with me, and I do feel, again, he was very deep, very good with his hands, but I feel that he would have worked as a builder. Okay, and I want to say the name Charles or Charlie would be known to you as well. Okay. Can anyone make any sense of this? I'm not sure if I've quite got it right yet. Hilary, could you unmute yourself, please, Hilary?
Hello.
Hiya. So would you understand a gentleman first who would have either worked as a builder or did building work for himself?
Yes.
I've lost your head. We can just
Oh,
see.
sorry. I
That's
can
better.
never get this right. Thank you.
Nice to see your face. Okay. So he would have worked as a builder.
Yes, he was my father.
This was your dad. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, and you would know the name Charles or Charlie.
Yes.
Okay. Would you understand with your father that he was a very popular gentleman?
Yes.
I
Yes,
feel I could talk to anybody. I got on with most people.
Yes, he did.
Even he might not have had lots and lots of friends, but he got on with everybody. Is the feeling. He was quite easygoing, sort of
Yes.
Gentleman. Okay. I know within his work that he was very conscious of getting it right.
Yes.
He wouldn't cut corners. The foundations had to be done properly.
That's right.
Wouldn't skim, and I almost feel like he would have had the best materials that he could afford or people would have. He didn't want to have anything too cheap. Would you understand?
Yes, that's correct.
I know he liked, when he'd finished building or doing a job, he loved to see what he had done, and he took pride in his work, is the feeling that I've got. Would you understand that?
Yes, he did, yeah.
Okay. I feel that I was a gentleman who found it very hard to relax.
Yes.
Would you understand that though I was quite happy-go-lucky, I wasn't a gentleman to laugh easily, can I say?
Yes.
I could take life quite seriously.
Yes.
Sometimes he's making me feel that he would have taken life a little bit too serious. Would you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Very much a gentleman of routine. I know that he liked to be quite organized within his life and within his work. Would you understand?
Yes.
Would he have had people work for him or along with him?
A bit of both, really. He became a specialist builder because of his skill. But he trained people. But he also worked with
as you're saying, because I felt that he didn't suffer fools gladly. He expected high standards. Would he have ever done like stone masonry or carving?
No,
Would
no.
you know if he would have worked on any old buildings? So I almost like to feel, I don't know whether this would be a church building, the old buildings where you had the old stonework.
No, he mainly worked in brick.
Mainly worked in brick. Okay, then would this be a memory for you as a child? Would you have gone to see like the old, did you have an interest in old buildings? Or you as
Old church buildings, yes.
old church buildings? Okay, so I got that a little muddled up. You'd understand it in that sense.
Yes.
To see the old buildings. Okay. I do feel though within the family that mum was a little bit more in charge than dad, can I say?
Yes.
But in a nice way.
Yeah.
In a nice way. They worked very well as a team.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Would mum be passed as well? Mum's in spirit.
Mum's passed, yes.
Mum's passed as well, because I feel that mum is just coming in with your dad. Your mum feels very she feels a very, very calm, a very gentle, quiet sort of lady. Would that make sense?
Yes.
But she had a very strong personality.
Yes.
And I know that when she spoke, if you'd been, if someone had done or said something out of place, you knew it with your mum's tone of voice.
Yes.
You'd understand this.
That's right.
Okay. Mum, would you have memories of mum doing quite a lot of sewing?
Yes.
And
yes.
she must have done embroidery as well.
Yes.
And
yes,
she must have taught you, or you did embroidery with her at one time when you were.
Yes, I did. Yeah, she taught me embroidery.
You would understand this. And would she have also done knitting?
She did, yes.
Because the knit, she could knit and talk and multitask, couldn't she?
Yes.
And she would have unraveled the jumpers to re-knit them, adding a little bit of colour and to make everything fit bigger. This is the sort of lady she's making me.
That's right.
Mum, would mum have ever liked to go into bingo?
No.
No. Would she not? Would she be talking about you?
No.
Okay,
no.
hang on a minute. Okay.
The sisters might have, but she never did.
Okay, so because I know she's bringing in the bingo and the bingo marker. So if you can take that with her sisters.
Yeah, it would have been a sister.
Her sisters, then thank you very much for that, because they come in as a crowd, as a family anyhow. Okay. I know that your mum and dad have come together because teamwork is very important, and it's, your dad would lay the foundations on which to build something nice, properly, and I know mum was very much the caring, the mum who made things better. But
yeah.
Can I understand? Would you understand that you are a little bit like both of them?
Yes.
And your dad is very much saying, lay the foundations first. This is hypothetical with a situation. Okay, I don't know what the situation is, but if you have strong foundations, then the rest will grow and come together. Okay.
Yep.
So accept their love, and there must be an anniversary either just gone or coming up as well.
Yes, it was my mum's anniversary on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Thank you very much for that. So keep smiling. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for working with me.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I do feel I've got a lady with me now, and I do feel that she would have I'm going to say she worked as a nurse, but I might have overstepped the strength of that a little bit. But I've got this caring feeling, but I do feel you would know times when she would have worked as a nurse. I'm going to stick to my guns and say, yes, she did work as a nurse. And I feel this would have been in the hospital environment. Can anyone understand this, please? Jack.
You've also got Fiona there as well, put her hand up.
Where's Fiona? Oh, Fiona's waving. Could you both unmute yourself, please?
Yes.
Okay. Just wait for Fiona.
Hiya. Hello.
Hi, Fiona.
Hiya.
So you'd both understand a lady who would have worked as a nurse.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
This would have been in the hospital environment.
Yes.
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 I felt with this lady that that she would have. I don't know how the system of it, but would she have been matron or sister, please?
Yes. For me, it was my grandma.
Jack.
Daughter.
Sorry.
My daughter.
Right. I didn't quite catch that. Sorry.
Oh, my daughter.
Oh, your daughter. Okay, this is your daughter. Okay. I do feel that I have an older lady.
Okay, I'm out then. Yeah.
Just you can keep listening just in case I might be wrong. Fiona, you'd understand that this lady's she enjoyed being a nurse. This was her almost like lifetime ambition.
Yes. Yes.
To be
Definitely.
a nurse. And I know she would have put a lot of hours in. She must have done nights as well as daytimes. Would you understand?
Yes.
Almost like
Yes.
night shift.
Mhm.
Nobody
Yeah.
didn't want to do it. She would be there. But she went beyond duty of being a nurse because she would sit with the patients. She would hold their hands in their final hours, can I say?
Yes. Definitely.
Help with their transition to the spirit world. She
Yeah.
recognized the signs. She knew when the time was coming up.
Yes.
And they would speak about people, or even if they didn't speak, she was there and made sure that nobody ever passed on their own. Is
Yes.
you would understand this. Would this have been Mum, please?
Grandma. Grandma.
Grandma. Okay. But I know I said Mum, but would you understand Grandma was very motherly towards you?
Yes. Definitely.
And I know that she looked out for you and would have protected you. You were like her daughter rather than her granddaughter. Would you understand?
Yes.
There must be memories. She's bringing memories of you falling over as a young child and putting plaster on your knee.
Yes. I fell through our glass doors. Glass
Oh dear,
doors
oh
when I
dear.
was tiny.
Oh dear, she's just bringing that because she was a natural healer, wasn't she? She wasn't
Yes.
aware, though she worked as a nurse and she had this lovely care in nature, she was a natural healer as well. And
Yes.
I know that she would use in her mind her thoughts. She would heal in her own special way, can I say?
Yes. Yes.
And I know she would send prayers and thoughts to people as well.
That's
Very
right.
good listener. She would listen to people's problems as well, but she never
Yeah.
told you what to do. Can I say, Fiona?
Yes. Yes. That's true.
She would let you almost like come to your own conclusion. She would nudge and give a little bit of guidance, but she would let you find the answer to your solutions yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I know I was a very smart lady.
Yes,
Very
definitely.
smart, but very tidy lady.
Yes,
Do you know if she would have liked to dance at one time?
she did. Yes, that's right. That's
Because as
true.
I'm saying smart, I'm very much drawn to her feet, and she must have been very light on her feet. Can I say?
Yes,
She
yes,
would have
that's true.
done more like sort of ballroom dancing,
Yes.
that sort of thing.
Yes,
And she
definitely.
must have gone to dances
Uh-huh.
as when I don't know if she did this when she was older, but would this have been where
A
she met
little bit.
her partner, her husband?
Probably was. It probably was years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you know of the name Gladys as well?
Yes. Yes.
And
Gladys.
the flower gladioli?
Oh yes.
This must have been one of her favorite flowers,
She loved her flowers in her
especially
garden.
can I say the red ones?
Yeah. Yeah. She loved them.
Loved the red flowers. And again, she's taken me back to the hospital. She loved to have flowers beside people's beds when they were allowed to.
Yes.
I stopped this, but she would happily arrange the flowers that people brought in. And if they didn't have, if someone passed, then those flowers would be given to someone who would appreciate them. You would understand that.
That's right.
I feel your grandmother is bringing you strength at the minute. Would you understand?
All right. Yes, that's great.
Would you understand that you've got a decision to make?
Yes.
And you're not really sure which way to take it?
That's right.
You understand? Are saying do this, and someone else might say do that. She's just saying listen to your heart, what feels right, even if it isn't logically doesn't appear to be the right answer.
Right.
But it is yours, Fiona, at the end of the day. You know, if you choose to take your grandmother's advice or you can disregard it, that's up to you. She's saying, well, you used to listen to her when you were a child, would you understand? But as you got a little bit older, would you understand that sometimes you would question what she was saying?
Yes. Yes.
She's just bringing that forward as, you know, as to say, you make your own decision, Fiona, but you've already made a decision. You know how you want to go forward.
Okay.
Okay. Would you understand the month? We're in September, the month of September being relevant.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Would there be
Birthday.
birthdays in September?
Yeah,
Okay.
there is.
Good. I hope one's on the 25th because that's mine. I know that's why she was bringing it forward. But your grandmother would feed you up as well, wouldn't she?
Yes, yes, she used to.
You would have memories of scones with grandmother.
Yes.
She liked, can I say she liked her cheese scones?
Yes.
Rather than the carrot ones. And if you went out to, you know, to have a cup of tea somewhere, which she liked to do, didn't she?
Yes, yes.
She would often have that scone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
that's true.
You remember this? Okay. She's a lovely lady. Well, you know, she's a very coming across very professional. She knows what she wants to say and she says it, which is how she was in life.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Would there have been, because I feel that they would have been a young child in spirit.
Yes, yes.
Because I know she's shown me the young child in her arms, so she would have cared for this child. Okay.
Right. Wow.
So perhaps you can let the people know that she has this child with her, and she's looking after it as if it is her own.
Yeah.
So take her love, Fiona.
Okay, thank you. That's lovely.
I've been thinking about her recently.
Yes, yes, I have. Yeah, definitely.
Because I know she likes to be remembered.
Oh, good.
She's more than just your grandmother. She's memories. She's happiness for you.
Yeah. Can I quickly show you something that
You've muted yourself, Fiona, by mistake.
Can I just quickly show you? I've got this with us. It's her award that she got for her training.
Really? Oh,
yeah, and I've got it on a ring.
You've got it on a ring.
I've got it on a ring.
Oh,
I'm not very good at the camera.
Yeah,
that's our award she got years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Never going to be forgotten then, is she?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Fiona. Okay. Let's see. Let's do one more. Okay. Okay, I do feel like I have a gentleman with me. I know he's an older gentleman. I'm not really sure who he is at the moment. I'm not aware of who he is at the minute, but I know that he was very much a Jack the Lad gentleman. I feel that I had my fingers in many pies. I would have, I feel like I would have done a bit of wheeling dealing. I was sort of a bit of a Del Boy sort of gentleman feel about him. Okay, and I also do feel that there would be connections or time to London, whether I lived in London or I would have gone to London. I'm not sure at the minute, but I do want to include that as well. Does this make sense to anybody, please, at the moment? Bernadette.
And me too, Nikki.
And Nikki. let's see where this is going. You would understand the character first, please.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Boy,
absolutely.
you'd understand that London connection.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Can I say, would you understand London markets?
Yes.
Yes.
Both of you? Okay.
Yeah.
And you'd understand buying and selling and wheeling and dealing a little bit with him.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I feel with this gentleman that I could sell anything to anybody. I had this gift of the gab. Would you understand?
Definitely.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would you, I know the London connection. I'm just hearing Oranges and Lemons, the nursery rhyme.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
bells of St. Clements.
St. Clements, yes.
Can you understand that?
Yeah.
That is,
Yes, I can.
that's kind of like an East London thing, isn't it, St. Clements?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm South London, so.
So, okay,
That was a, yeah, it's
I can
like the
understand the
central.
market for the fruit and the oranges and lemons for that, but I'm not East London.
Well, just
so.
let's get a little bit more to make sure. I don't want to give the wrong person to the wrong, because I'm not really sure who he is at the moment. I almost want to say that I'm Dad.
No, my dad wasn't. He never worked on the market. No.
Sorry? If I wasn't Dad, would you understand? Can I go back a generation?
Yeah, I could understand grandfather. Yes, yes.
Grandfather. Would you understand that he liked his drink as well?
Definitely, father did. That's for sure. I don't know about grandfather so much.
How about you, Nikki?
I was going on an uncle.
Your uncle, but all right. Did the gentleman like his drink?
He did, yes, very much so.
It does feel as I want to be with Nikki.
Okay, that's fine then.
Thank you for putting your hand up and saying. You'd understand if this is your uncle. Would you understand that he was quite close to the family?
He did at one point, yes, at one stage he was.
That was where I got that fatherly sort of feel from him. Okay,
Yeah.
and I know that he had a drink and he would go to the pub. Sometimes he would be worse for wear, but would you understand that sometimes he did his business in the pub?
I believe so, yes. Yeah.
Okay. I know I was quite a smart gentleman.
He was, yes, in his day, yes.
And I looked the part when I was booted and had my suit.
Suited. Yeah, as he called it.
I feel I was very much that I knew I was quite good looking.
In his younger day, yes, he was.
I understand he was a bit of a ladies' man at times.
Oh God, yes.
Because he could talk. He knew how to treat a lady. He would say the right words. He was very much a gentleman. And he almost like sort of thrived on this a little bit. Would you understand?
He did. Yeah, totally understand that. Yeah.
Would you know if there was any gold coins, any sovereigns that he would have had?
He did have one on his finger that I remember.
It's all right. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is, as long as you can understand.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, because I know he was bringing that through, and there must have been a watch that was particular special to him.
Yes, there was. Yes.
Can you understand a pocket watch that he had?
Yes. Yes.
And he had the chain, and you would have the chain coming out of the pocket, and he would have also had a handkerchief.
Yeah,
a clean handkerchief in his top
in
pocket.
his top pocket.
That
Yeah.
was more important than anything.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
the feeling I got with him. I know he was a lovely personality, Jack the lad, but he would help people as well, wasn't he? He would give the jacket or the shoes off his feet to somebody.
He would, yes. Yeah.
They needed. I almost feel sometimes him and the police didn't always see eye to eye. Can I say a little bit?
You can.
You'd understand. We're not going down that
yes.
too much, but I know there was times where he didn't quite, he might have got his wrist slapped a little bit, shall I say.
Oh, yes.
I understand that, but there was never any harm done. He said, I never
No.
hurt anyone, no harm was ever meant.
Mhm.
And I know that he was a very popular gentleman.
He was.
He had a lovely singing voice.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Sure. Okay, because you're just making me feel he had a nice, he could sing, especially when he'd had a little bit
A
to
drink.
Did understand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Again, you know, you've had some lovely people have come through tonight. I know that your uncle, it's just making me feel he's still carrying on now in spirit as he was when he was here. He hasn't changed.
Okay.
They must be memories of him bringing flowers, can I say?
He used to bring flowers to my mum when he used to visit. Yes.
This is what he's bringing me. He's bringing me flowers, and I know there would have been roses among them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take his love. Okay.
I will do.
Have those happy memories.
Thank you.
And just remember, sometimes it's good to do things you're not supposed to do. Right?
I'm not saying a word.
On that, I'm going to bring it to a close. Thank you very much, everybody, for your love.
Thank you, Melinda. That's lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. You've been brilliant. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Melinda. Lovely evidential readings there. So thank you very much for that. And you got around a few there as well. Well done. Right, just our notifications, and don't forget every Tuesday evening we have our online open reading circle where you can come along. It's free. We have visiting mediums, and we have some of our own resident mediums who give readings for free. Doors open at 7:45, and it goes on until we run out of messages. So sometimes it's a little bit late, but you can leave whenever you like. We also have our online healing breathwork sessions on a Thursday evening, again here on Zoom, free. Our next service will be Saturday the 25th of September, and our guest medium is Frederick Hagland. So I hope to see you all here. All of our events are advertised in our Amadeitist group on Facebook. So if you're not a member, please do join so you can keep abreast of what we're up to. Okay, I will hand back to you, Melinda, for our closing prayer.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Father God, Great Spirit, as this evening comes to a close, we give thanks for the messages that have been given and received, for those memories that have been shared, but most importantly, that bond of love, which we know is eternal. As we go about our daily lives in the coming week, let us take this truth with us and perhaps share with others. Look for those who are in need and give a helping hand, and allow the Spirit, the inspiration to guide you, to shine your light, to reach out to those in need, to give healing where it is needed and forgiveness to where you can within your own life. And finally, we ask a blessing to be placed on each one of us here this evening, the homes we all represent, till perhaps we all meet again via Zoom or maybe in person one day. But we know for sure that love, that bond of love, transcends that we call death into the spirit world. And it is those happy memories that we take with us. So let's make our memories each day that we live in this world. Be caring, loving, considerate. Enjoy your life, the gift that you have been given. Amen.
Amen.
God be with you till we meet again. by his counsel's guide uphold you, with his sheep securely fold you. God be with you till we meet again. God be with you till we meet again. Neath his wings securely hide you. Daily manna still provide you. God be with you till we meet again. Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet. Till we meet, till we meet. God be with you till we meet again.
God be with you till we meet again. When life's perils thick confound you, put his arms unfailing round you. God be with you till we meet again.
Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet. Till we meet, till we meet. God